If you haven't beaten Pinnacone's story, Honkai Star Rail's Twitter just dropped a massive spoiler that I maybe it's not a spoiler for you because you haven't beaten it, but you did. Whatever. We're gonna talk about Robin and why that's kind of a problem, both for the story and for the meta. Okay, so a couple things that I want to talk about regarding Robin, which to be fair, I don't want to spoil you guys if you haven't seen it. So something happens to this character. Yeah. Anyhow, why they're showing us this character as the new one, I'm not entirely too sure, but it is what it is. It's really hard for me to talk about this without actually spoiling what's going on, but it is interesting because that's a huge part of Pinnacle, and like what's going on per se is towards the story. I'm super excited for this, but being able to pull this character usually entails that whatever we just saw in the story isn't true, or yeah, no, that's pretty much it. I don't know how else they're gonna spin that. But in terms of the meta, I feel like this might be a little weird because, to be fair, I'm looking at it, and if you can't see, this is a physical and then a harmony symbol right above Robin's name. She's gonna be the next 5-star harmony, which we just got Mei and Sparkle, like almost back to back, right? Now we're getting Robin, and I feel like we're at a point in the meta, and you guys know this, which I have a video talking about this. If you didn't see stream, I went over it. You might have seen the term Powerpuff Girls running around here. I did that. That's all me. I'm not letting anybody take credit for that. That was your boy. But the Powerpuff Girls are already established as the comp, the harmony comp, right? That's the girls that are doing the harmony stuff. So when it comes to adding Robin, Robin has to essentially power creep one of them. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about it. Bronya's at the top because of what she does. Sparkle is now, in the community sense, above Bronya because she does what Bronya does and more. And then you have Mei, who Mei is Mei, right? Mei is the queen doing everything except obviously action events for it, but she still gives you speed, which is something that a lot of them can't do. Robin being a 5-star means that she has to do something that's clearly already here or something that one of these 3 characters do, but better. She's not gonna have any debuffs because that's under the Nihility class, which I wouldn't put it past them to somehow add that into the mix of a harmony character, right? Making them do both. But as of right now, I don't know where this character is gonna fall. And I think that's the biggest issue that I have currently with Star Rail is how is this going to affect not even just the meta, right? Who's texting me? Oh, it's not even the meta. It's mostly the game. At what point or what reason, that's what I'm trying to say, what reason do we have to pull Robin outside of just liking the character, right? And a lot of you, I think Robin is a very, very nice looking character, very cute, very attractive. As far as like what we can pull for, you know what I mean? And then in the story, I did enjoy the little bit that we saw from this character. So I think there's a lot more to the character that I would be interested in, which that's the reason I would pull. That's the reason I'm going to say other people will pull. As far as a character, I need this character on my account. What can she do? What ideas would come up, especially with her being physical harmony? Now I saw it because I did tweet this out. I tweeted under the, I don't know if it's even here. Yeah, I tweeted over here and I was like, yo, physical harmony has got to be cooking up something. She better have a crazy good kid. And a couple of people were, okay, this one was funny. Yo, Mateus, because I see you in my my Twitter and stuff like that. Not Twitter, my Twitch. Mateus is in my Twitch. They really gave on your back-to-back back shots. That's crazy. Oh my gosh. But Saham says she's a 5-star Asta. That can mean a couple different things. I'm not entirely too sure. Elements in Honkai Star Rail add nothing most of the time, and since she is harmony, she probably won't do anything related to her element. Normally, I would disagree in this case. In fact, I still do disagree, but not for the harmony aspect of this. Elements do something to certain characters or for certain characters. We're not going to act like elemental things are just irrelevant at this point because we have some busted ass units. In Harmony's case, yes, Harmony typically has a means of not giving a fuck about whatever it is that the element is. However, now you get into situations where some of you still don't like Silverwolf or you don't know the value of her, whatever, it's cool. But now you get into easier scenarios where you can do like double. So Clara plus Robin and then Silver plus Fu Xuan or whoever, right? Silver plus Lynx. I think that might be a little bit better of a scenario there to equate that to. In Robin's case, let's just take the idea that she's a 5-star Asta. What does that mean? She speeds up the entire team. You have Asta for that. Why would you pull Robin if you have Asta probably E6 or at least E4 and she's already built out, she has a light cone, everything like that? In Robin's case, not only would she essentially need to work with all the other harmony light cones, but she would also have her own light cone to take into consideration. Something that I want to bring up that I will talk about later on this week is how light cones, or rather how 2.0 as a game has been shifting. And a lot of people some people are coming to terms and understanding with what I'm saying, right? I've been able to explain this one-on-one or you know, 2-on-2 or to my stream. Shout outs to me, twitch.tv/IYOKUU. But some people have been able to see this and they're coming to terms with that. Other people are still refuting this idea or this concept, this theory that I have, which at this point, it's not a theory. I'm watching it happen live. The next character coming out is like infallible proof that this is happening. But the concept that I have, or the theory that I have right now, is that the game is changing, not changing in a way that you don't have, like, you can't use the characters that you have. That's not what I mean. People think that. That's not what I'm saying at all, and I made that very clear. What I mean by this is that the game is quickly telling you what it wants. Certain characters are telling you what they want to perform at their most optimal level, and this might be Hoyo's direct way to try and eliminate as many of the Powerpuff Girl usage or team comps as possible, right? It's one thing to use a couple of the Powerpuff Girls on a team. It's another thing to use Powerpuff Girls for every DPS character. Every single DPS character is stacked with the Powerpuff Girls, and that might be something they're trying to do, is eliminate that as best they can without crippling the characters. I'm not saying this is like, oh yeah, this is super fact. I know that for a fact because they told me. That's not what I mean. I'm more so saying that by looking at the characters. Using Robin as an example, if Robin hypothetically replaces Bronya, well, now no more Bronya, right? Robin becomes a new thing for Bronya. But to replace Bronya, the same thing that I said with Silver. In order to replace Silver, you have to do the exact same thing as Silver, but better. How do you do what Silverwolf does, but better? You would have to do AoE, or at least blast, right? You would have to do some form of blast or AoE on the weakness implant, as well as all the debuffs, or at least half the debuffs that she's capable of, while still keeping the damn near 50% defense reduction on whatever enemies you slap up. And maybe you can make it easier, right? So you can say like, oh, okay, cool. Single target defense reduction is 50%, but the adjacent enemies take 35% defense reduction on top of whatever else debuff you do. And each target can get a random debuff, right? It's not all the same debuff. That would be a great way to, and I'm not saying I want to power creep Silverwolf, but that would be a great way to add another character that does what Silver does, but still give that character extreme value over Silver. In Robin's case, going back to the Bronya comparison, it would have to be the same thing. You would have to look at this in the same way that, like, okay, if Bronya adds crit damage, a little bit of the damage buff, I don't remember if Bronya does the attack buff or not. There's so many different Harmony units at this point doing attack and crit damage buffs, but Bronya does her buffs, right? Single target buffs, and she also advances you for about 100%. How do you do what she does but better? How do you power creep that? The only way that I can think of is literally you bring up 2 units or you bring up the other 3 units, and both of those are scary in terms of just not even just power creep alone, but scary in terms of like how much of a change or an effect that would have on the meta, because Bronya sacrifices her turn to boost something up, and it's like, okay, cool, that's one character, right? 1-to-1, that's understandable. But a 1-to-2 or even a 1-to-3, that would be ridiculous. So you would have to have some crazy drawback to a character like that I can't even think of, even with my knowledge on like card games and how, you know, powerful RPG mechanics work. I can't think of something like that. Maybe like Hyper Beam, right? Like Hyper Beam is a very powerful move in Pokemon, where it at the point that it was in the game, right? Gen 1, it had the highest base power in the game, like 150. So you do Hyper Beam, it's boom, damn near a one shot on whatever's coming in, especially if it's not a ghost type because it's unresisted. And then your next turn, you're on cooldown. So you essentially skip a turn. Now, if Robin does something like that, right, where if like, okay, cool, she's gonna super buff the team, right? All kinds of sparkle levels of crit damage, and then Asta level of attack percent increase, and she boosts the team up an entire 100%, right? Just jumps up the full cycle. That would be a little interesting. And then she skips her turn, yeah? So you can't use this character for a second turn. That's one of those things that I could see being really niche but powerful. And if that were the case, I don't think this character would, not to say that she wouldn't be strong, that's not what I'm saying. I mean that I don't think this character would power creep Bronya in the same way that I would want to think about it. But again, this is just me speculating, because there's only so much you can do with another, like, we don't need another Harmony unit. I'm gonna keep it a buck. We really don't. We have Bronya, we have Sparkle, we have Mei, Tingyun, shit, Hanya, technically, right? Hanya still has some use to her. Yukong is very niche, but we have enough. Those 4 right there, Tingyun, Mei, Sparkle, and Bronya. What else can a Harmony unit, let me know in the comments, like, what else can a Harmony unit do that these 4 characters already don't do? And then how does this new Harmony unit do it better than these 4 characters? The only thing I can think of is making what I just said earlier about the hyper beam comparison, or making a an attacking, like a hybrid type of harmony character, where this harmony character does damage and they do whatever the boost is for the team. I don't know, it's really weird, but it is what it is, right? Like the last thing I kind of wanted to look at, and just as a firm example, you know what I mean, guys? Again, hold on, wait a minute, I forgot that this doesn't do it that way. Haha. Character and then harmony. This is what we have. Yeah, I did name all the harmony characters, right? This is all the harmony characters that we have: Bronya, Mei, Sparkle, Asa, Tingyun, Yukong, Hanya. What can a new harmony character do that these characters already are not doing, like collectively? You know what I mean? Now we're gonna get into what are you gonna mix Asta with Mei or something? Well, I guess that already exists, but whatever. You're gonna mix Asta with Mei and then that's what Robin is gonna be, or you're gonna mix Tingyun with Yukong and now that's what Robin's gonna be. Some of these characters are already mixed into these other characters and we already have them. So at what point do we need to pull Robin? And by no means am I doom posting this character. I am not doom posting Robin, because I'm definitely gonna pull Robin, but I just don't know when or how we would use this character over the current harmony characters that we have, and why we're getting that character as quickly as we would be. You know, maybe there's something I don't know about this character in terms of like just hard evidence. This is what this character does. It's cracked, it's broken, it's out of this world, that I can't already accomplish with these other characters, but who knows? That's gonna be it for me today, guys. Just a quick update on Robin, quick all that kind of stuff. The rest of the video, or the rest of this week, should be filled with videos. I've returned. I'm out of my weird, I don't even know what to call it. I'll upload it tomorrow and you'll see what I'm talking about. Regardless, let me know about your thoughts and opinions on Robin, how you feel, and who do you think is the next drip fed character that we're gonna get, which is probably gonna be the Knight, to be fair. But I can't say my usual outro because it's inappropriate for YouTube. Smell you later.